welcome to another edition of On Campus here on the Solano College Sports Network. I'm your host, Nate Macay, and today I'm being joined by another student, a part of the sports broadcasting program here at Solano Community College, Brandon Kyle. Brandon,
Hey,
thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Nate.
So, how'd you find out about this program?
Actually, I was working a mixed martial arts show in Napa, and one of the professors or assistant professors here, Brian Nelson, was doing the show with me as a commentary partner, and he said, "Oh, if you're interested in this," because I was doing commentary for a professional fight league, and he said, "Oh, if you're interested in this stuff, you should take the broadcasting class at Solano College." And I was like, "They have a broadcasting class?" Because when I'd gone here years ago, they hadn't had it as an option. And he said, "Yeah, and you can actually get a certificate in education,
Right.
Within a couple of 3 semesters, I think he said." And I said, "Man, I live right around the corner." So, randomly, I was actually driving to work, and I called in work, and I just made the decision. I was like, you know what? It's so close. It's so convenient. Brian had let me know that it's one of the few in the country that offer it at a junior college level.
Right.
So it's just it was like the universe was talking to me. It's right around the corner. It's a rare opportunity to get this kind of education and to actually get a certificate that you can use to, get a job in broadcasting, sports broadcasting. So I called my work and I told them I'm not going to make it in today. I came in and I dropped in the class, and that was with you 3 semesters ago, I think the fall.
The fall.
And then I've been here ever since, so it's been great.
And then, what were you expecting when you decided to fully commit to this class?
Well, I think I took it because I'd already been doing broadcasting, like fight commentary broadcasting, and I kind of had a knack for it, but I wanted to get the structure behind it. I wanted to understand, the preparation and what it would take to maybe do this at a higher level, a college level or a professional level. And so I decided to try it just to see, what it would take to be a professional broadcaster. And that's something that I've learned in spades in the class so far.
And then, what has been a couple of your jobs or responsibilities being a part of this program?
Well, I've done some play-by-play, some color, but mainly Professor Poff has used me as a sideline reporter, which I like because it gets me right in the action. I get to be right up front. But something that I really enjoy that I wasn't expecting to enjoy was actually camera work. I did the sideline camera work for the Vacaville Bulldogs high school football games. When I wasn't doing the interviews, I would get on the camera, and I found a fulfillment and enjoyment in that aspect. Getting good shots and then finding pride watching the game later in my shots. Oh, that's my shot.
Right.
And coming in for a broadcasting, the broadcasting avenue, I didn't think I was going to enjoy the camera work as much, but I really did enjoy learning the other side of the camera.
Yeah. And then, for those who don't know, what has basically been on-field reporter, like you were saying, right? You basically did, what kind of sports have you done for being a reporter?
So, again, the high school football games we did, which was fun because I played high school football. And so it put me back on the field. It's been 10 years since I've been on do a high school football game.
Right.
So just being out there, the atmosphere was a lot of fun. But then I did the basketball game for the girls and boys basketball as well. And then basketball isn't necessarily, a sport that I grew up playing as much. I watched basketball, but I wasn't as knowledgeable about basketball. So it was kind of fun and challenging to kind of, do reporting for a sport that I wasn't necessarily, involved in as a kid or growing up. So it was a little bit more challenging, but I felt like, if I wanted to do this as a profession, that was going to be something that I would have to do, is go into a sport, study up, get educated so that I could, do a decent job of, interviews and commentary for those sports as well.
Right, most definitely. So, what are you hoping that this program can help, be a beneficiary factor in translating to a professional job?
Well, obviously, when you have your certificate, it's something that you can, if you're applying for a job at a, news program, or nowadays the way media works, there's so many opportunities. people are doing YouTube channels, and then like NBC has all their little Instagram and social media aspects. So I think there's more work for this now. We're back in the day, it was you're either doing it for the news or you're not doing it, or you're doing it for a network or you're not doing it. But now there's a lot of opportunities with YouTube and social media, and people are hiring you to go do interviews for their social media pages and whatnot. So I'm hoping that, that it might give me an opportunity to do something for that. Like, crazy ideas is like just going to like the Niner practice and being the guy that just kind of chops it up with the guys at practice on the sidelines and stuff, and just gets content. Because really the world's all about content nowadays. People want it, they need it. So I think there's a lot of opportunity out there to get content, not just for the news or for a big program, but just they need social media content. So there's work out there, and I've already been approached by people that have seen what I've done here and want me to go do interviews with fighters for them, or even like other things, other avenues like reviews of restaurants and stuff like that. And so you never know, like I'm open to anything, but hopefully this will translate into me getting some work in that field as well.
Right, and then finally, what advice would you give to someone that is interested in taking this program?
Just come in with an open mind. I came in thinking I want to do broadcasting, so I'll just be in front of the camera the whole time. But I learned about working in the production aspect and like using the TriCaster, camera work, and learning how to get good camera shots. And by doing that, I feel like I've enhanced my abilities as a broadcaster, because I know what all the moving parts are doing, so having a better understanding of what's going on behind the camera, I feel like it helps me in front of the camera as well when I'm working.
Right. Well, Brandon, appreciate you taking the time to talk about the program. Really appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Right on. Thanks, Nate.
So that's going to wrap it up for this edition of On Campus here on the Solano College Sports Network. For my guest, Brandon Kyle, I'm Nate Macay. Thanks for tuning in, and we hope to see you next time.
If you are interested in a career in sports broadcasting,
whether you're commentating a live game
or hosting your own TV show,
or working behind the scenes, then this is the class for you.
For more information, contact Greg Poff, that's me, at solano.edu.
We hope to see you here next semester, and remember,
it's more than just sports, it's an education.
But Dad, I love him. I'm going to marry him. I don't care what you say.
Cut. Welcome to TV 55. In this hands-on class at Solano Community College, you'll learn all aspects of television production. Work with high-end cameras in the field and in the studio. Professional sound, lighting, and green screen. And let's not forget editing. Enroll today. Get an art school education at a fraction of the cost. Visit us online at solano.edu.